Yep. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Paloma Soccer Complex in Mesa, Arizona. You are listening to the Buccaneers Sports Network. I'm Michael Donahue, bringing you this action today between the Benedictine Mesa Redhawks and the Park Gilbert Buccaneers. The last time these two teams faced off, it took overtime to finally make a decision, where the Redhawks ended up edging the Buccaneers 2-1. It's been the only game all season that the Buccaneers have scored in, courtesy of Peyton Simpson. So, Buccaneers now have it on their home turf, and they've been playing better as of late. After their loss in overtime to the Redhawks, they played against Embry-Riddle, a nationally ranked team, and that took double overtime for the Eagles to topple the Bucs. And then they tied Sierra Nevada, took a step backwards last week against the Simpson Redhawks. Benedictine Mesa has struggled as of late, but they just had a big upset victory over the leader in the CalPAC North standings in the University of California Merced. As kickoff is underway between these two teams, Park still looking for that first win in 2 years. Their last win coming in the first game of program history against South Mountain Community College. We got a throw-in coming up. Kayla Walshire for the Redhawks going to throw this one in. Looking towards the middle. Tacey able to get connection with it first and back out of play. Jack Hartley in his first season coaching these Buccaneers, coming all the way from a season as an assistant at William Penn University in Iowa. Before that, he did 4 years of an assistant at Jamestown University in North Dakota. Has a lot of experience recruiting on the West Coast, so he moves a little closer than that. Has a team pretty much loaded with freshmen and sophomores, so he'll have the chance to mold his team for the next 4 years. On the other side, it's been a little rough for the head coach of the Redhawks. They didn't have a head coach listed on their team last year during the COVID season. Currently, they have interim head coach Waleed Kakash stepping in to serve that role. Still under the assistants is Bill Olkin in his third season and Mike Tristani in his second year. Medina going to give this one a boot. Looking Thomas in the middle. Thomas has Benson on her left. Sends it a little too wide. Walshire with another throw in for the Redhawks. Looking for Jasmine Martinez, throwing it down the line. Martinez able to keep it in. Ball being bounced around. Simpson in the middle, trying to clear for the Bucs. She's able to poke ahead to Perez. Perez and Salazar getting tangled up there. The ball squirts out. Redhawks keeping possession. Good pressure by Benson and Perez.
You said you were looking at I'm not being
So official says it's out of bounds on the Buccaneers. So Walshire will throw it in. Walshire just down the road, played her high school ball in Phoenix, Arizona. A sophomore defenseman for this Redhawks team, played at Arcadia. So a lot of Arizona natives in this game. Redhawks moving it outside. Margia forced to turn it back and out of play, so Castro throws it in. Castro looking for Benson, and Redhawks turn it over, so chance here for Martinez. Martinez stepping in, and a goal from Jasmine Martinez! Jasmine Martinez slicing her way through the Buccaneers defense. And just like their last matchup, the Redhawks getting on the board early. So in the first 4 minutes, Buccaneers concede a goal. Pin zone, trying to get pace, trying to get back. Pin zone, able to poke it through and out the end line. So Jasmine Martinez, she had both of her goals. She had both the goals for the Redhawks in a 2-0 win over St. Catherine, as Alexandria Thomas plays it back for Perez. Benson now on the wing. Benson stepping in. Thomas will take it. Simpson, the only goal scorer in their last matchup. She has it poked away. Back for Washaka. Shaka trying to play it into the box, but snuffed out by the Redhawks defense. And they'll try to counterattack here. Trying to play it forward for Martinez, and that's going to be a little far as Destiny Tacey gets there first. Miller sends it up, looking for Pinzone and Perez. Maya Chiron is going to get there first for the Redhawks and play it back for Jaden Campbell. Campbell just kind of whiffs on that kick, didn't get much on it.
Settle down. Settle down. Settle.
Coach Prakash telling his team to settle down. Perez coming all the way back from her forward position, poking that one away. And a good challenge there from McKenna Salazar. Still Bucks balling. Buccaneers so far has had a good response after conceding an early goal. They've put some pressure on Redhawks now. Haven't gotten a shot yet. Saw their best offensive performance a couple weeks ago against Sierra Nevada. Ultimately ended up in a tie, but they had season highs in shots and shots on goal. It's not something to do often in a game, only averaging about 2 shots a game while their defense concedes 26. And handball on Martinez. Kills that possession for the Redhawks. Redhawks sitting just around 500. They sit at 4-6 on the year and 3-3 in the Cal Pac Conference. So they're hoping to creep one game closer to being back towards 500. Mentioned earlier, they had their biggest win of the year against the leader in the Cal Pac North standings in the University of California, Merced. They won 3-2 at home last week. Chiron looking into the middle for Martinez Bartista. She's able to play it out into the wing. Bailey Saunders now, and she's turned around by the Buccaneers defense, trying to play it back into the middle. Buccaneers doing a nice job, other than the Martinez goal, of just being able to turn around the Redhawks. Pressure being put on by Josie Perez, Alexandria Thomas. Redhawks set up on the wing, looking to go inside to Martinez. Connection cannot be found. Shaka coming back up, playing it back to the wing and inside. Give and go there for the Redhawks. Still trying to find something in the middle. Maya Chiron chasing after that one. Tries playing it low for Martinez again. They've been looking her on the inside early and often. She'll get the ball back. Driving inside on Tacey. She'll let one rip, but over the head of Medina. Now will lead to a goal kick. touch there from Simpson, able to get it down, looking for Perez, stabbed away there from Salazar. Perez able to get it back. She's looking for Benson on the wing. Too heavy of a touch. Redhawks trying to counterattack. Murguia was looking for Martinez Bautista. Was unable to find anything there. So the Bucks will reset now on their back line. Tacey tries lifting one to Miller, but out of bounds. Tacey again controls the ball for the Buccaneers, looking for pin zone. Pin zone trying to control. She's got Saunders right behind her. So neither team really able to penetrate the attacking zone yet, other than Jasmine Martinez on her lone goal of the match, but a lot of action in the middle third of the field right now. Looking on the inside, Margina knocked off the ball by Medina. The Buccaneers just forced it clear, and that one will be out of bounds once again. So the Bucks doing a nice job of clearing the ball, but they haven't really retained any possession so far. After the goal, they did have some sustained action down in front of Jaden Campbell, but didn't lead to a shot on goal, something they've struggled with all season. Redhawks going to play it out wide for Walshire. Walshire plays it down the wing. Castro trying to get a counterattack going. Tacey sends this one in, looking for Perez. Goes off Perez's hip and out. So Walshire with another throw-in coming up for the Redhawks. Walshire looking for the middle, looking for Morga. Hit up into the air by Simpson with Shaka trying to get it down. She does, throws it into the middle for no one other than the white kits. Park in the maroon and yellow today, the Redhawks in the white with some red pinstripes. Redhawks trying to clear. They'll play it in the middle now. Redhawks lifting it into the corner, looking for Hunter Margia. She'll battle with Castro. Castro just has to poke it out of play. Walshire bouncing ball in the box. Tacey gets it down in front. She'll just have to clear it away. So good throw in from Walshire. And now a foot race between Chiron and Perez. Chiron playing it back to Campbell. Walshire playing it back. Redhawks looking for something, unable to penetrate the Bucks' offense. know they want to get it to the corners, and that's what they send. Simpson and Margia in the corner. Margia, Hunter sends this one into the box. Head away from Martinez, but not on target. Now will lead to a goal kick for Lisbeth Medina. So the Redhawks have found some success early, just being able to kick it down into the corners and having their teammates. A bad turnover there. Ball played over the box. Redhawks keep possession. A save there. So a save by Medina, and they say it was out. Same. I think they're saying Medina, when made that save, stepped out of play. So this is going to lead to a corner for the Redhawks. Sent in now. And ahead over the net. Good chance there from Jasmine Martinez. And now Elizabeth Medina will get a chance to send it away. 15 minutes have gone by in the first half. Benedictine Mesa Redhawks 1, University of Park Gilbert 0. Goal courtesy coming in the first 4 minutes from Jasmine Martinez. Goal scoring pretty balanced on this Redhawks team. You have Jasmine Martinez. Ruth Morga also gets in there. She scored the game-winning goal against Merced in their upset victory. That came in the 89th minute. You also have on the bench that usually sums in Ainsley McMahon. She scored the game-winning goal in overtime against Park earlier this year. So look out for number 2 and 14 in white. This appears to be the Redhawks' main source of offense. Looked into Martinez in the middle plenty of times already. Pins on working into the middle. Thomas trying to play it into the wing for Perez, but no one was home, and Chiron plays it back to Campbell again. Campbell hasn't been tested so far in this first half. Has a shutout this year. 2-0 win against St. Catherine. She notched 5 saves in that one. Redhawks have had a couple games replaced due to rain, so they had one game against Ottawa that was rained out, another one against Westcliff that was rained out, so they're going to have to make up those games later down the line. They'll actually see 3 games next week. 27th, they redo that game against Westcliff. Then on the 29th, they host Marymount, California. 31st, they play Antelope Valley. So California road trip coming up for the Redhawks. Ball's still just kind of being battered around near the midline. They'll play it out for Walshire. Walshire looking into the middle, over the head of Martinez, back post, no one home. Medina comes off her line to gobble that one up. So the Buccaneers will reset once again. Ball being juggled around. Perez unable to get down. Perez gets that one. She has Benson out wide. She'll play for Benson on the wing and too far. You could hear Benson screaming that one for earlier. Perez, just a poor weighted pass out of bounds, killing that Buccaneers possession. They could have had something with Benson on the wing. Perez and Benson both freshman. Perez playing in Tucson, Arizona. Benson coming from out of state, one of the few out-of-state players on this roster from Sandy, Utah. Played at Alta High School. Ball back in action. Martinez now. Martinez will push it down the wing. Castro's in front of her. Castro gets a piece of it and out of bounds. So a handball called on Karina Marquilla.
Thank you.
All played back into the middle. Durand now. Morga working against Wishaka, plays it back into the middle for Durand. Tacey comes up and boosts that one away. Perez not able to get a handle. She'll work on two defenders, playing it out for Benson, and too far once again for Hallie Benson. Orgia with Wishaka on her back, turns it over. Perez. Martinez working near the middle of the field. She's forced to turn it around. So now the back line of the Redhawks will Tacey playing in the middle with Shaka. Wishaka playing it forward for Perez. Got Benson on the wing. So Perez just, they've had chances. Castro now. Castro plays it to the outside, looking for pin zone. Pin zone can't get it down. Right back with Shaka. Playing for Miller. Miller has it stabbed away by Martinez Batista.
Good 15.
So some good pressure from the Buccaneers early on. I mentioned earlier the only goal the Bucs have scored all season was in their earlier matchup against Benedictine Mesa on October 3rd. Ended up losing 1-2 in overtime, but that seemed to start turning the tides for this Buccaneers team. Their next game was a 0-1 loss in double overtime to an Embry-Riddle team that is nationally ranked in the NAIA. Then another game after that was finally their first non-loss this season in a 0-0 tie to Sierra Nevada. They seem to take a step backwards against Simpson last week in a 4-0 loss, but it's kind of a bad matchup for the Buccaneers. Simpson playing with a lot of speed that just seemed to puzzle the Buccaneers, and they didn't really have an answer for it. This Mesa team a lot slower. They still have some bigger bodies in the middle of the field that they like to play through. But a better matchup for the Buccaneers trying to avenge that loss. Salazar playing in the middle, throws out for Walsh here. So some slow play so far in this first half. Score remains Benedictine Mesa 1, Buccaneers nothing. Goal courtesy of Jasmine Martinez in the first 4 minutes. Bucks have responded quite well after conceding that first goal, as a header is on target from Martinez Bautista, but bounces right in front of Medina, and she's easily able to control that one.
It depends where you hit it.
There's no soft spin.
I'm saying though, it depends where you hit it. Yeah. It's hard to hit it right here. Up top.
Substitutions coming in now for both teams. Freshman Maddie Gomes coming in for Josie Perez, and on the other side, Holly Gutierrez for the Redhawks coming in as well. It'll look like Bailey Saunders will also switch her positions from mid to forward with the substitution. Maddie Gomes, another freshman on this team from Aurora, Colorado. She actually played on the MLS Colorado Rapids youth soccer team growing up. Played her high school soccer at Cherokee Trails High School in Arroyo. Here's a counterattack chance for the Redhawks. Saunders can't track that one down.
The first game I did, I'm kind of tired. Hopefully, they're pretty solid. There's like this one kid that scores like every game.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah, something like this. I think his name. Remember,
Throw in now.
He's pretty good.
Payne Simpson shouldered off the ball, but it will remain the Bucks' possession.
And I'm sure D1's already getting work. He's doing way more.
Simpson in the middle of the field. She'll look to pin zone, and that one snuffed out by Sheeron. Looking for pin zone on that wing. Saunders now, Casher right in front of her. Saunders able to poke it past her for the moment. They're working down the right wing. Saunders just a low ball into the box. Margia plays it out for Martinez, back into the box, and Miller able to clear that one through.
I want to do these things. I want to do the graphics. I want to do something. I want to do the graphics next.
I have to have a switch. I do camera.
So another deep throw in now. Martinez and Medina. Martinez able to head it in. And Simpson once again just has to clear it for the Bucks. Redhawks trying to keep it in play and can't. So a good couple of chances. Redhawks able to get the ball into the box on a couple of occasions. No shots coming through.
Hopefully Tuesday we'll practice later at night. It's Tuesday. Volleyball game.
Nah, I bet you already checked Kelly.
Probably.
So Martinez plays it into the middle. Morga. Thomas comes down and able to poke the ball away from Morga. Morga, another goal scorer that Buccaneers have to watch out for. Duran plays it for Margia. Margia looking to swing it into the middle. Martinez cuts back, plays it outside. Bucks trying to control possession. They're just forced to clear it once again. So Redhawks are doing a nice job sustaining some possession time now in the Buccaneers' defensive third. Callie and Medina has that pass blocked. Gomes and Walshire working on it. Gomes able to poke it through the Benson. Misplayed by the Redhawks. So Campbell. That one is cut off by Gomes. Gomes playing into the middle for Benson, and Buccaneers just can't seem to find Hallie Benson today. Had a couple of chances to get it to her on the wing. That one trying to play it inside, and just some poorly weighted passes have really killed some of these possessions for the Buccaneers. Martinez gives it a big rip.
Just missed it.
Martinez already demonstrating her ability to shoot it from anywhere. She has the lone goal on the day coming from in close, but she's let a couple fly from outside the box. I've nearly missed the net.
I heard it wasn't good. Debut. What the fuck was
Ball being batted around in air will finally settle down at the feet of Castro. Castro makes a poor decision, and that's a turnover there. Martinez looking for Saunders towards the end line, just puts it out of bounds.
It was a big guy. That's what happened to him.
So 30 minutes of action have been played in this first half. Score remains from earlier. Benedictine Mesa Redhawks 1. Park University Gilbert Buccaneers 0.
She misses. She misses. I've seen that before.
Maddie Gomes again, just not able to connect with Benson. Redhawks trying to play in the middle. Martinez has that one. She'll swing it outside for Saunders. Back inside for Martinez. Playing in Duran, shooting up the middle. But she's forced to turn back now, as Redhawks will flip the width of the field. Driving in now, playing it into the middle. That one's cut off by Miller. Plays out for Pinzone. Pinzone looking for Benson. Once again, Buccaneers unable to connect the passes upfield with Benson. Here's a chance now. Alexandria Thomas just poked the ball onto the wing for no one was there. I think she expected Benson to be streaking up that wing. But you've seen it a couple of times for the Bucks now. They finally get into the offensive zone, or one person's able to make a couple people miss, and there's just no one there for them to give the ball up to. They're so sucked in on defense sometimes that. So Benson finally able to get a ball onto her feet. Plays it back for Simpson. Simpson is trying to play it inside to Gomes.
Where's that?
Brazil.
Huh?
Where's it?
Is that the guy that was at the field the other day with Andre? Did you tell you about that one kid moving in? Like he left, didn't he?
I guess you're trying to get Angel in there.
Angel who?
The shortstop?
Oh, there?
Ball played down. Saunders trying to chase it down. Galway and Medina pokes it away, but that's going to set up a corner kick now for the Redhawks to hit the flag on the corner.
He's had that injury for like a full year. Almost 2.
Because I remember I see him in the turns off this always like we have it. So is he going to get the surgery or not?
Yeah. But if he comes back, he's not going to.
And this one's going to be sent in by Saunders.
So he's not.
That one clears the box. It's going to set up for Margia on the wing. Margia cutting back inside.
Oh, the U20?
Yeah.
Try sending it the width of the field. But Gomes now in control. Gomes able to poke it by Walshire.
Really?
And me.
Gomes now with Salazar in front of her. Try playing it back for Benson.
Like my birthday.
Simpson now will work on Salazar. Benson plays it in the middle for no one. So Ruth Morgan now with the ball, plays it forward to Martinez. Martinez forced to turn around to Walshire.
With Alex.
Walshire back to Martinez.
And Chris, got it out further. With the Mustang, the white one.
So Redhawks playing in close space. Finally a mistake there for the Redhawks, gives the ball back to the Buccaneers. It's just about a little over 10 minutes left in the first half of play between these two teams. Benson lifts that one up for Thomas. Redhawks able to get ahead on it first.
So he was at Cochise for a good amount of years? Did he? So he graduated high school in what, like 16?
Ball just being bounced around.
He might be turning 20.
Pin zone and Sheeran chasing after it. Sheeran with Campbell as their safety valve, plays it there. So Salazar playing it forward, looking at Martinez.
He had his own, like,
Martinez trying to get a hold of it. Does. Plays it forward to Duran. Duran shoves it out wide to Margia. Misplayed by Miller, but also misplayed by Margia.
For all like the sophomores, like people that have been there. It was nice. But it
Didn't see what the call on the field was, but it's in the Buccaneers' possession now. Miller carrying up the wing.
So literally, if those houses were the campus, right? That's Mexico.
Really?
Stupid push.
So more substitutions coming on for the Buccaneers now. Junior midfielder Jennifer Gonzalez coming on, as well as Alexa Favela in replacement of Gabby Penzo and Alexandria Thomas. Favela, just a sophomore from Gilbert, Arizona. She played on all 6 games last season. She also played on the Dakota Fusion club soccer team during the off season. So she spent the summer in Fargo, way north of here. Also another team that Coach Jack Hartley was a part of in his playing days and even in some of his coaching days as well. A couple players on this team also participated playing for the Dakota Fusion in the offseason. So it's always good to be playing soccer year-round. Obviously, in North Dakota, the summers are a lot easier to go outside and stay active than in Arizona. So actually, Gonzalez did not sub in yet.
Damn, so if the Ben didn't have Julian, it would have been, what, like 9 versus 10 or whatever?
Yeah. Ball trying to be played in the middle for Duran. Benson coming all the way down from her forward spot. Now Benson controls. She's going to try to carry it on Martinez. Her and Martinez battling for it. Benson just has to play it out of bounds.
It's like safety, you know? Yeah. Because if someone like, grabs you, rips it off.
So now Gonzalez will come on.
It's physical, right? It's like hockey, but you can't fight. I mean, you can,
Martinez poking it through. Tried a little give and go there with her teammate Madeline Medina.
The people from Mexico, like no.
For Galway Medina.
That's how close it is.
Playing it back for Tacey. Has Margia closing in on her, and Tacey makes a poor decision there. So good pressure there by Hunter Magia. Tacey heard the footsteps coming and plays that ball out of bounds.
That's how good it was. I said it 4 times.
What's the movie called?
Home plus away.
It comes out like this month or next month, right?
He told me 2 months.
Ruth Morga battling there with Washaka.
Yeah, they are.
Medina playing it out, looking for Margia. Margia and Miller down that wing.
That's it.
Medina trying to take a stab. Jasmine Martinez, good little give and go with Duran. Ruth Morgan's going to tee this one up, and that one is scooped up by Medina.
That's crazy. I didn't realize like, it actually does take like that.
So some nice action there. Ruth Morga, one of the goal scorers on this team. Don't think she got as much power on it as she'd like it to. That ball just stayed on the ground. Medina was able to scoop that one up for a save. We are approaching the 5-minute mark left in this first half. Seeing a little better offensive possession time for the Buccaneers. Still hasn't resulted in a shot on goal yet.
Let's say 5 minutes.
So Jaden Campbell has had a pretty easy time in net so far. She did concede the only Bucks goal this year.
No, it just went to 4.
Is that 4 now?
Might have went fast.
Gomes trying to play ahead for Benson. Sheeron's back there for the Redhawks to get control, and they'll clear upfield for Jasmine Martinez. Medina able to get the ball down first. Medina carrying upfield. She tries sending it wide for Favela. Too much on that one. So Redhawks trying to look for a counter-attack in these last couple of minutes. Other than the Martinez goal at the beginning of the match, they really haven't had much sustained offense. They did get a shot from Morga a couple minutes ago, but it's the closest they've come to trying to open this game up 2-0. Buccaneers do play a very conservative style of defense that it's worked for them. It doesn't really lead to many counterattacks, but being able to compact it in. Jack Harley having his team compacted in, trying not to concede as many goals. That's why Simpson posed a tough matchup. They had a lot of speed on the wings and in their central midfield.
First year we got like the first week.
Nessa Miller probably trying to have a bounce back day. She was burnt a couple of times on the wings that ultimately led to goals, and she's looked pretty sharp so far today. Number 8 in maroon.
That's like the same stuff.
Benson trying to play it forward for Gomes, too far. Jaden Campbell.
I don't know, like,
Gotta be the only team that has. I wouldn't even be mad if it was the same stuff, just Nike. I would not even
like it's better.
like, bro, we should get at least like a different hat.
That's what I'm saying. I told him, like, we should get Nike or New Era.
New Era hats would be sick.
But you gotta put the order in now.
Yeah.
Honestly, it might be too late.
Unless you already did it.
Simpson playing it back for Washaka. Washaka playing it for Medina. Has Martinez trailing her. So Tacey now playing it for Miller on the wing. Bucks having a tough job clearing the ball. Martinez playing it for Miller. Miller throw in, just kind of bouncing around. Martinez able to get it down. Redhawks are going to play it back. They're going to swing it to the other side of the field. Salazar puts it in the middle for Morga. Morga and Saunders swing it to Walshire. Walshire, low ball into the box and just bounces around, trickles through. Margia now. Margia cuts back. That one's deflected in front. Looks like Tacey got a piece of that one. Ball still being bowed around. Gomes plays it. Alcastro looking into the middle of the field. Gonzalez battling with Duran. And a foul called on Duran.
You just said that, man.
In overtime?
Yeah, you just get a break. It's like basketball, literally, so same thing.
Buccaneers trying to set something up. Under a minute left in the first half. Washaka pokes away from Morga. Washaka hands it off to Gomes. Gomes driving
I
in.
think so.
Trying to look for Favela. Gonzalez now. Gonzalez on the wing. Chiron's just going to kick this one away. And first half action concludes from the Paloma Sports Complex in Mesa, Arizona. Park University Gilbert Buccaneers 0. The Benedictine Mesa University Redhawks 1. Goal courtesy of Jasmine Martinez in the opening 4 minutes. Offense has been tough to come by ever since. Lisbeth Medina has made just one save. Jay Campbell hasn't been tested all day in net. So 1-0 as Coach Jack Hartley will try to prep talk his team, try to get them on the board again. Last time these two teams faced off, Peyton Simpson was the player who scored the goal, the only goal on the Buck season. She sat down with the Buccaneers Sports Network on this week's episode of Get to Know.
Peyton Simpson, Queen Creek High School. Julie Ertz on the women's team.
Okay, why?
She's so powerful. Like, she plays midfield and she just always pushes her hardest. My favorite TV show is The Vampire Diaries. Yeah. Well, Alexa recommended it to me, and I fell in love with the school. I like how, I guess, small it is, so the professors, care more. So it's just nice that, they just care and stuff, and I love the soccer team too, and it's great. Captain America. You probably already know my reason, but he's just great. No, not at all.
Why?
That's just nasty. I don't know. That's just weird to me.
Welcome back to the Paloma Sports Complex in Mesa, Arizona. Second half action in this NAIA Cal Pac matchup between the Park University Gilbert Buccaneers and the Benedictine Mesa Redhawks. Welcome back to the Buccaneers Sports Network. I'm Michael Donahue. It is a 1-0 match. Redhawks lead courtesy of a fourth-minute goal from Jasmine Martinez. Offense has been hard to come by for both teams since that early goal. Only one shot on goal since then for the Redhawks. No shots on goal for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers got their only goal of the season. The last time these two teams faced off on October 3rd. Peyton Simpson is the only goal scorer on the Buccaneers all season. That ended up being a 2-1 overtime loss for the Bucs, but that really turned the corner for this Bucs season. Since then, they did have another loss in double overtime, but to an Embry-Riddle team that is nationally ranked and beat them 7-0 in a matchup earlier this year. Then they tied Sierra Nevada 0-0. They took a little step backwards against Simpson last week and a 4-0 loss. But you can see that maybe Jack Hartley's starting to get his team turned around. A lot of underclassmen on this squad with a first-year head coach. So the bumps, as you would expect, have been pretty rough, but they've stayed persistent in trying to improve all season long. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Redhawks coming off their biggest win of the season, upset of the Cal Pac North leader in the University of California, Merced. They won 3-2 last weekend. After this, they have a California road trip through Halloween weekend. They take on Westcliff University on the 27th, Marymount, California, 29th. And then for a spooky Sunday Halloween matchup, they play Antelope Valley. So 3 games next week for the Redhawks. Westcliff was added to their schedule because their earlier game was rained out on the year.
45. What time is it? Oh yeah, it should be over by then. And then the next half, I'm chilling. I'm gonna do the thing.
So ball being played around here. See a lot of this from the Redhawks. They've done a good job of staying patient,
The other guys have to do
looking for some way. They want to get inside of Martinez, right on cue there. Washaka putting pressure on the back. Ainsley McMahon getting the start in the second half for the Redhawks. Big collision there from McMahon. They're going to stop time. You can see the shoulder catching Miller up high. She's getting up slow. So McMahon checks in. She scored the game-winning goal against Park in overtime earlier this year.
Oh yeah, she was gonna say yeah. I'm finally doing ball boy. Right here
So
on this
just a
side.
couple minutes in here. Clock stop. Miller gets up gingerly. Took a blow right
Got the ear knocked out.
to the forehead from McMahon, charging in there trying to get the challenge.
Got tripped. Did she have her face when she went? Did she have her face when she went down?
She did, so she went out straight on her head. The clock stopped or
Nah, it stops. Yeah, extra time though.
Vanessa Miller, one of the few upperclassmen
Yeah.
junior on the team. From
I don't think so.
Vanessa Miller, like I said, one of the few upperclassmen on this team, the junior from Queen Creek, Arizona. one of 3 Buccaneers to still be on the team since their first season.
Ooh. I have homework to do.
So Buccaneers able to get the ball deep into
The course that I took.
the Redhawks zone. Redhawks play it outbound, so Miller come up with the throw-in.
Biology.
See if they can generate something here. All being batted around. Gonzalez trying to push it through into the box. Just a wall of white jerseys ahead of her. Gonzalez, low kick, handled by Duran. Duran's going to play it up in the middle of the field. That one is going to be touched out by Simpson. Simpson
I wonder if it's part of your
trying to get through the defense. Hard challenge there from the Redhawks.
part of your general studies. Your general studies. I think it is. You have to take like 1 science.
So only 1 yellow card has been issued. That was just issued for
Because I'm taking stats.
Ainsley McMahon. And a hard challenge there from Miller, and she went down hard. She stays in the game though. So McMahon working on Miller on the wing. Plays it up for Jasmine Martinez, the only goal scorer in this one. So Saunders plays it back for Campbell. Salazar mishandles the ball there, able to save it before it goes out of bounds. Ball driven back in. Alexandria Thomas with Sheeran on, plays back for Gomes. Gomes trying to play in the middle towards Benson. She was surrounded by 2 Redhawks defenders that were able to kick that one out. Once again, the Redhawks are forced to use their safety valve and Jaden Campbell.
Yeah, because I bet all they do is run.
Like, literally run.
Hunter Margia leaves it off for Salazar.
Just running.
Salazar looking into the middle again. Ball was deflected. Gomes controls out for the Bucks.
His hands.
Gomes trying to play it for Benson. Benson with Sheeran on her back. Plays it for Gomes. Gomes sends a low one into the box, and that one is just kicked away from Saunders. But a good chance from the Bucks there. Finally able to get the ball into the box.
That would have been good if someone just cut it. Cut it for a little header.
Center in.
Short throw in now. Ball just being kicked up high. Simpson working the middle of the field, trying to fit it in to Gonzalez. Gonzalez controls, sends it wide for Favela. Favela momentarily pokes it by Saunders, but Saunders will recover, and Campbell will reset the Redhawks.
No, I was thinking about calling the person about
Buccaneers showing good pressure early. As Gonzalez forces another giveaway in the zone. Gonzalez trying to get it through 2 players. Turns back for Miller. Miller, not a good first touch there. Turns it over. McMahon now. McMahon trying to play it up. Tacey comes up, sends it back down to Gonzalez. So a good defensive play from the Bucks. Bucks showing a lot more pressure on these Red Hawk clears. So far through these first 8 minutes, Buccaneers have pretty much controlled the ball.
Thinking about it?
Miller just, that ball connected on the side of Miller's foot.
No, we made our own list.
We had rocket songs maybe for a week. Take it away.
We did it. Had to go 16 and 1 for that. Yeah, 15 and 1.
Really?
Yeah. That was right before COVID.
I wonder if we'll get the new days.
All 70 guys.
Just like just varsity.
The starters. Yeah, no, dude, we were so mad. Because we were on the streak, you know, we really wanted it.
And it's so crazy, like, we don't even do team pictures.
Oh, God.
Redhawks now carrying up Sheeran. Sheeran playing it up the wing. Saunders.
I know, but, like, your team
Saunders
pictures-
forcing the middle for Duran.
No, we had team pictures.
So the Redhawks forced to clear back once again.
Go wide,
Julie,
get
we got,
up.
we got like 4 or 5 jerseys.
Yeah, we had like 8.
We had like the home and away and alternate.
Medina now for the Redhawks. Working in the middle of the field. She'll send it forward. Sniffed out there from Gonzalez before the ball was able to get through to Margia.
We had some like weird ones, like these dark gray with like the dark gray pants to match that were actually
Redhawks have been patient.
super nice red dress.
Credit to them, not forcing anything. Salazar with a lot of room ahead of her, trying to play it over the top, and an offsides there as the official puts the flag up on the Redhawks. So that kills their possession for the moment. Buccaneers have come out in this second half looking pretty good. They've sustained some offensive pressure. They've made it hard for the Redhawks to clear the ball. But here is one thing that the Buccaneers really struggle with, is turning defense to offense, especially when the ball is near Lisbeth Medina. Turnover there at the midline. Simpson able to get past one defender. Simpson has room to run. Simpson with a teammate on her right and left, trying to fit it through to Benson, but good play there by Sheeran to knock that ball down before it got through. Now Hunter Margia with Tacey stepping up, plays it to her right, trying to give it back to Margia. Miller tracking it down. It's a 2-on-1 there, and she just plays it out of bounds. So nice little back and forth from both teams trying to set up counterattacks. Nice play by Sheeran, cutting off the pass intended for Benson. Looked like a good ball from Simpson.
You guys weren't supposed to follow them? Huh?
Also, it's all, but like, you can't keep up here.
Ball cross in.
Because you have like 4 people doing it.
That's right, like one of each corner.
Looking for a teammate on the far side. Aubrey Wells. Substitution coming in for the Redhawks. That's Ruth Morga, one of their best goal scorers on the team, and actually a former Buccaneer. She played with the women's squad last year during the COVID season, in which they went 0-5-1, so transferred to Mesa. So I'm guessing she would like to sting her former team. Didn't do it in the first game, but ultimately the Redhawks did get the win. So maybe some extra motivation for 2 in white to get on the score sheet today. Bucks once again forcing the Redhawks to play the ball deep into the defensive zone. Sheeran playing it forward to Saunders. Ball in the middle with Duran. Martinez looking for Margia. Miller has the ball jammed up, giving away to McMahon. McMahon trying to cut off Tacey. Hands it back off to Martinez. So the Redhawks offense once again forced to turn around. They still have possession. Salazar moving in. No one's stepping up to her. Salazar cutting in. She's shouldered off by Simpson. So a lot of room to run for Salazar. Didn't result in anything though. But the Redhawks still retain possession. Saunders cuts back in on Favela. Margia turns it back to Duran. Duran looking in the middle for Martinez. Alexandria Thomas now working the middle of the field. She's working on Duran.
She went like right into her.
Saunders forcing the middle. Kicks it back out for Salazar. Morga working on the captain, Washaka. Good positioning for Mashaka there, forces a bad pass. Shaka is going to play this one up the wing. Running back for his Walshire and Gomes. Walshire gets there first. Campbell's going to play it up the field.
The guy in Redhawks, him and his wife are both
Bad pass there from McMahon. That's going to roll all the way back to Lisbeth Medina.
Easily could have thrown a party.
McMahon looking for Martinez on that play. Redhawks now pressing up. That ball just sails out of bounds for the Bucks. So after a good first couple of minutes from the Bucks, Redhawks have kind of flipped the script now in the second half. They've controlled. Still no shots on goal in the second half for either team.
It's cool though. Something to
He invited you on a podcast?
He did.
Who all lives right now? Is you and Andres?
Yeah.
As Margia subs back
He was
into
supposed
the
to come
game
around
for
the house this
Aubrey
week,
Wells.
The guy?
Well, the guy's not here, but he just said come around the house and like hang out and just get used to it.
Hunter Margina, one of the seniors on this team from Buena Park, California.
And he doesn't have a car, so
Redhawks have a good collection of California-based players as Benson had that ball roll up on her and turned it into a handball. Jasmine Martinez with Gonzalez in front of her, able to get by Gonzalez. Miller, good show, forces Martinez to turn back. Still in the middle now for Saunders. Saunders with the rip just over the net. So Bailey Saunders with another good shot, and this Red Hawk team isn't afraid to turn it loose from outside the 18. See Martinez just missing the crossbar, and Saunders that time just misses as well. So over 15 minutes have gone by, 1/3 of this second half completed. Benedictine Mesa still up 1-0 on the Park University Gilbert Buccaneers. Goal coming in the 4th minute from Jasmine Martinez. And the offense has been tough to come by for both teams ever since. Only a couple shots on goal. Redhawks have had a couple shots whistle wide, but it's been a pretty quiet day for both keepers in net. Jaden Campbell hasn't been tested once with a shot on goal. Buccaneers have had some good sustained offensive time, just hasn't resulted in anything. And this Redhawks team has been the only team the Buccaneers have been able to find the back of the net on all season. That was in a 1-2 overtime loss. Ainsley McMahon, number 8 in white, was the one to seal the deal. Miller, bad play there. Tried clearing it out, but just ended up poking it out the end line. So that will set up a corner kick for the Redhawks. This is probably going to be their best chance of the second half so far. Make sure to stay tuned for after this game. You have the men's teams facing off at 3 p.m. Buccaneers coming in on a 3-game win streak. That ball in the back corner and goes on top of the net. So it'll be another corner kick upcoming for the Redhawks. As I just mentioned, the men's Buccaneers team coming in on a 3-game win streak. They defeated Simpson, had a big upset against Embry-Riddle a couple weeks ago. So they're also coming in against a Redhawks team that defeated them in overtime. Medina just punches that one away. So a 3rd goal kick coming up for the Redhawks, and they're just keeping the pressure on. They're doing a nice job. Both those balls have been placed right onto that far post and very close to the net. This one low, sent in on the near post. Finally been able to clear through out of the box. Ruth Morga working on Washaka. She'll step back, reset. She'll try to ping this one into the box. Headed away by Tacey. McMahon was set up in the middle. Benson now trying to get the counter attack, but she's going to get swarmed by Duran. She just drops it off for Gomes. Gomes turns it back once again to Castro. Ball left in the middle of the field, collected by Sheeran. Sheeran trying to get it through. Martinez working on Thomas. Around here, Castro and Margia battling for it. And the Redhawks retain possession, so Redhawks flexing some offensive zone time in the second half. After the first 4 minutes were kind of dominated by the Buccaneers in terms of zone time. The Redhawks have controlled the ball ever since, and you've seen that from some of these Buccaneers teams. They start out the game doing pretty well, and then the second half they let it slip a little bit. Dina has been pretty comfortable in that all day. She's seen a lot of shots come her way this season. Buccaneers usually give up 26 shots a game against Embry-Riddle in their overtime loss. She saw 38 shots come her way, made a season high 18 saves in that match. So she keeps a lot of games closer than maybe they should be. McMahon, good move, gets by Miller, looking inside the box for Martinez once again. Maybe this Bucks defense showing a little bit of the cracks now. Interim head coach for the Redhawks, Waleed Kakish, trying to dial up the pressure. Open this game up 2-0. Gonzalez in the middle, swings out wide for Favela. Favela looking in the middle for Thomas. Thomas plays it back out wide to Favela. Favela able to run through this one. That's a good job by Bailey Saunders to shield off Favela as Durant came in and picked up the ball. Physical play here from Miller on Karina Margia. Martinez plays it in for Duran. Karina Margia plays it back, and they're going to play it over the head of Miller for McMahon. McMahon just had no one there, and Washaka controls for the Buccaneers.
Sometimes even Wednesday night.
Tacey just didn't get good contact. That ball slipped off of her foot. Ball still just kind of being batted around. Neither team getting possession. That's going to be off on the Redhawks.
Because it only been 2 weeks. Which sucks.
I wish it was a week.
Low ball intended for Simpson, gets through. Ball high up into the air. Karina Margia now in the middle. She'll swing it out wide to Hunter Margia. Those two aren't related. Their names are actually spelled slightly off. Karina Margia, it's M-U-R, and Hunter, it's M-A-R. Both played in California. Hunter from Buena Park. Karina from Long Beach. Ball was just kind of sitting in the middle there. Simpson plays it through too strong, so plethora of subs standing at the scorer's table now for the Bucks, waiting to come in. Big man sends it into the middle. Little give and go intended for Martinez. Ball just kind of bouncing. Hard to corral there, but McMahon has it on the deck now. Gives it back up for Martinez. She drives past Miller with ease. And a shot there from Martinez is batted down from Medina.
He's probably like, I'll do the camera. Chilling right now.
So over halfway through this second half, the Redhawks still hold a 1-0 advantage over the Buccaneers, courtesy of Jasmine Martinez. Very early into this match, in the 4th minute, Martinez is able to get the go-ahead goal for the moment.
I don't know, he must have the ball.
Ainsley and Miller. McMahon able to get the ball. Tried to play it back into the middle with Shaka sliding, gets it. Saunders now, Saunders in the middle. Saunders, not a good touch there. Oh, she wanted to tee that one up, but her last touch just went too far.
I don't think he even shot a goal. Attempted a goal.
Benson in the middle of the field. She does have teammates running with her. Sends it deep. Thomas was cutting across the middle. Benson thought she was going into the low corner. So that ball would just roll back to Jaden Campbell.
I used to play it, so I'm like, oh.
So you've seen the miscommunication with the forwards for the Buccaneers today.
I played all the way up to high school.
The first half, teammates couldn't connect with Benson. Benson had a couple of nice chances in the first half, and she just could get some passes from her teammates. Now in the second half, it's pretty much been the same thing, just a lack of communication. Speaking of Benson, she'll sub off, same with Alexandria Thomas. So a complete swap out of the forwards for Jack Hartley. Pin zone coming in. Josie Perez comes in, and Holly Thompson making her first appearance of the match.
It just doubles. There's no adjusting or anything. It's just twice. So for these games, it's great.
Yeah, not too bad.
Morgan plays it into the middle for Medina. Martinez now trying to give it up for the streaking Duran. Pin zone cuts back on Martinez, gives it up for Miller. Miller with Saunders in front just runs into McMahon, so she's forced to turn it back. Tacey sending this ball deep. And too deep for Perez. Under the 20-minute mark now. Buccaneers still searching for the equalizer in this match. They got it late with Peyton Simpson in the last game against the Redhawks. Ended up pushing the game into overtime where they would lose 2-1. Bad giveaway there for the Buccaneers. Quick throw in now, looking for Martinez. She's going to be shielded off by Tacey. That ball is going to go out the end line. So another corner kick coming up. So some sloppy, careless play from the Buccaneers low in their zone. Started with a bad pass that went out of bounds and then off the throw, and the Buccaneers didn't have a choice but to put it out of the back of the end line. So a good chance for the Redhawks coming up on this corner kick, trying to push it out of reach. Saunders sends this one high and in, looking for Martinez. She gets a head on it, and a diving save from Lisbeth Medina. keeps this matchup 1-0. Great save from Medina. Mentioned earlier, she's kept the Buccaneers in a lot of games. Even though the score may not show it sometimes, she really stands on her head in net. Senior from Mesa, Arizona. Started her first couple years at Mesa Community College before coming over to the Buccaneers. Saunders now with a lot of room in front of her, trying to play ahead for Martinez. And Medina comes off her line to scoop up that loose ball. Miller able to clear momentarily, pin zone, and Saunders physical play there from pin zone. So ball out on the Redhawks. Miller jogging up to take the throw in for the Buccaneers. It's been a while since the Buccaneers have had some sustained zone time attacking. And Simpson just goes right off her chest on the throw, and so the offensive drought will continue for the Buccaneers. The Redhawks have really controlled the ball for the majority of this second half, other than the first 5 minutes. The Buccaneers were able to play the ball through the box, just no connection on it. Track down the ball from the other field now so that Miller can throw it in. Here's our man Preston English, producer here, getting his little steps in, tracking down that one. Had pretty good form on it, I think. Ball getting dropped into the feet. Substitution was made during that delay. Zeta Martinez Bautista coming in for Ainsley McMahon, number 15 in white. From Escondido, California, senior mid, Ruth Morga playing up the side. Orguita turns it back for Walshire. Comes Sheeran, just leaves it off for Saunders. Saunders playing into the middle of the field. Foot race now. And a great streaking play from Madeline Medina, and she just falls down. Turf Monster gets her. And out the end line, so good chance for the Redhawks if Medina just didn't fall down. Shaka is going to take this kick. It's going to fall right into the lap of Duran. Duran sent it to Saunders, played back for Sheeran. Sent in the other direction for Salazar. So under 15 minutes left. Over 30 minutes of action have been played in this second half as time is winding down for the Buccaneers, trying to find the equalizer to knot this game up 1-1. Redhawks controlled the ball well in this second half, able to feather this 1-0 lead for the meantime.
Yeah.
throw in now. Ball being battled around pin zone, just swarmed by a bunch of Redhawks. Perez battling for it. Morga grabbing the arm. Stopping the time now. So yellow on the former Buccaneer, Ruth Morga. She was really grabbing at Perez's arm. Official shuts that one off, not allowing it to happen again. So 2 cautions, or 2 yellow cards have been issued against the Redhawks this game. First one came earlier in the second half for Ainsley McMahon. This one comes on Ruth Morga. Jasmine Martinez now. Martinez with Miller and Tacey on her. Medina puts the ball out of bounds. Hartley didn't like the decision. He thought the ball could roll at the end line. Martinez with another shot that's knocked down by Medina before she can control that one. So Martinez lets it rip once again. So Jack Hartley once again turning to a plethora of subs as 3 Buccaneers are waiting to check in at the scorer's table. Buccaneers don't have a very deep roster, but Martinez working in. Martinez now trying to cut back, in a good defensive play there by the Buccaneers, and a missed shot from Madeline Medina. So great chance from the Redhawks as Jasmine Martinez was streaking in, was splitting 3 Buccaneers defenders. And then Madeline Medina, actually, excuse me, it's Karina Margia on the shot. So Redhawks had their best chance to go up 2-0. Martinez just trying to set the table for Karina Margia. Margia just pushed the shot wide left. That ball just played out the end line on a bad pass from Benson. Now the cracks are really starting to show on this Bucks team. The passes have just not been on today for the Buccaneers. Saw in the first half a lot on offense. Just not able to set up teammates for good chances. Now you're seeing it in the second half as the Buccaneers just really haven't been able to control the ball. And clearing has been a big reason why, just not connecting on the passes, going from defense to offense. When you're just sitting on defense for a lot of this second half, trying to transition into a counterattack is very tough. You've seen that the back line of the defense just not jumping in on the attack like they should. The center backs for this team are just slow to get up. You've seen a couple of times where, a player will just get the ball. They have no one on either side of them.
on the recording stop. So, all right. Try it again.
And that will conclude this NAIA Calpac action from the Paloma Soccer Complex in Mesa, Arizona, where the Redhawks topple the Buccaneers 1-0. Goalkeeper Jaden Campbell gets her second shutout of the season. First goal coming in the 4th minute from Jasmine Martinez. With the win, the Redhawks improved to 5-6 and 4-3 in the Calpac standings, while the Buccaneers fall to 0-9-1 and still without a win in Jack Hartley's first season with the team, without a win since in 2 years. So the Buccaneers will try to find that on the road next week. They take on Soka University on the 29th and Marymount, California on the 31st. Benedictine Mesa is also taking a California road trip. 3 games upcoming for the Redhawks. They got Westcliff, Marymount, California, and Antelope Valley on next week's Halloween weekend. Make sure to stay tuned on the Buccaneers Sports Network as the men's teams are going to take the pitch and face off. But for this women's matchup, thank you for listening to the Buccaneers Sports Network. I'm Michael Donahue, and from all of us, from Preston, my producer, and Brandon, thank you, and good night, Bucs fans.